Hi everyone, I thought before I would start today's video I would do this draw. So last week I said that I had 3 books to do as a giveaway, and people entered, and I'm so glad. So one person got the book because they were the only one to enter for the giveaway. So I want to congratulate Karen for winning A Town Called Soulless. Karen, if you can email me, message me, all the information that will be below in the description box. Find a way to contact me so that I can get your address and I will get this out to you. The next book is A Cold New Climate. We had a couple of people in that draw, so I'm just going to pick one of their names. And the lucky winner is Pay. So Pay, you have won A Cold New Climate. Pay, I need you to just message me, same as Karen, so that I can get your address. And I will get this out to you, and also when you email me I will also send you a shirt. The next draw is for Gutter Child, and I have a few people in that draw as well, so we'll pick one. Alright, let's see who it is. It is, oh, I can't get it open. It is Nitu. Nitu, I have Gutter Child for you. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. So please send me an email with some of the information below, and I will make sure that I send this out to you as soon as possible. Thank you everybody for entering. Thank you to all of you who are subscribing. And now here's today's video. Hi everyone, Jolene here from Bookworm Adventure Girl. I hope that you are all well. It is a long weekend here in Canada, so for those of you who are also entering into a long weekend, I wish you and your families a very safe one. I know that it's past the middle of May, and here I am still doing top lists from 2020, but I promise this is the last one. I'm all caught up. So today I am going to talk about the top 5 mysteries, thrillers that I read in 2020. And of the top 5, 2 of these made it into my top 20 of 2020. So I won't say too much about them again, and I will link videos that I talked about them below if you want to get some more details and find out more about them. So Midnight at the Bright Ideas Bookstore, I've talked about it several times, is by Matthew Sullivan. And this is a debut novel that just captivated me, and I have been eagerly anticipating what this author will be publishing next. The Red Chesterfield by Wayne Arthurson is also one that I've talked about many times. It's a quick read. I think it's less than 100 pages, but I also think that it is brilliant because of the many layers the story has and how it is told. So the next 3 didn't make my top 20, but they are definitely worth checking out. And one of them is Elevator Pitch by Linwood Barclay. And this story takes place in New York City, which is very much a vertical city with all of the high rises and office buildings. The book is separated by days, starting with Monday until Friday. So an elevator accident happens on Monday. Obviously, this is horrible and it makes the news. But then another elevator accident happens in another place on Tuesday, and so on. And now they need to find out who is doing this and why, since it doesn't seem to be just random accidents. So there are some very quirky and feisty characters in this one. There's some great one-liners. And there were also several times where at the end of a chapter that I'd have my eyes and mouth like open in astonishment. Barclay just has a way of leaving you at the end of the chapter that you have to keep going. And I had a few theories about like the who and the why, and it came pretty close, but there were still some great surprises. And it also doesn't help that I live in an apartment building and I take elevators all the time. Barclay has a new novel out that I have just started, so I have very high hopes for it. The next book was the first book I've read from this author, but since reading it, I have put others on my TBR list, and that is Still Missing by Chevy Stevens, and this is another page turner. This one takes place on Vancouver Island, and it's about Annie O'Sullivan. She is a real estate agent, and one day when she is doing an open house, she gets abducted. And the story is told from the perspective of Annie's therapy sessions with her psychiatrist. So the chapters are actually called sessions rather than chapters. And during these sessions, Annie shares her experiences of being held captive for a year by this psychopath. This story is a difficult one in a way. She's sexually, physically, emotionally, and psychologically abused. But I was riveted by this story. The dark parts are written so well, and the ending is a bit rushed, but it's still surprising. And if you like locked room mysteries or psychological thrillers, then I think that this is a good one to check out. Chevy Stevens also has another book coming out, I think it's in August, that I'm looking forward to reading from her. Last but not least is The Night Olivia Fell by Christina McDonald. And this is also the first book that I've read by this author. And I really enjoyed how this story was told. And I liked the premise of it. The book starts with Abby Knight. She gets a phone call that there has been an accident and her daughter Olivia is in the hospital and has irreversible brain damage. She's on life support, and they can't turn off life support because Olivia is pregnant. So the story is told by alternating narrators. Abby tells the story in the present, so from the time of the accident, and as she looks to the past to, try and figure out what had happened. She's trying to find out who the father of the baby is and who did this to her daughter. Olivia gives the story from several months before the accident leading up to what happened. So their two stories kind of meet in the middle, and I thought that the characters were very well developed. The relationships between the characters are well developed and believable as well. So I suspected everyone at some point or other, and you might know that this is pretty normal for me, but I didn't figure this one out. So this is a good one too. And these are my top 5 mysteries and thrillers that I read in 2020. So this will be the last in the series. I was going to do fiction and historical fiction, but the top 5 books in both of those categories are all in my top 20. So if you want to find out what those were, that's probably the best place to go find out about them. As always, I will leave a list of all of the books that I mentioned in the description box below, as well as links to some of the videos where I talk, a little bit more about some of these books from last year. So please let me know in the comments if you've read any of these, or if they're on your TBR, if there are any that kind of interest you, or let me know what thriller or mysteries that you've read recently or that you would recommend to me. Maybe you have some favorites from last year that you think I should check out. I'd be happy to hear about all of them. As you know, I like to read all of the books. I look forward to chatting about them in the comments with you. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to make every day an adventure.